Guess what else I got for Christmas last year, 2010? Yep, you guessed it, I got another train. And this one is an absolute cracker. This is the LNER, London North Eastern Railway, number 4468, very famous world speed record holder for steam traction, Mallard. This is the creme de la creme of steam locomotives as far as I'm concerned. It's an A4. It's very modern looking, even though it was designed in the early 1930s. It's what's known as a streamlined steam locomotive. It was built for speed, designed for speed, and it won and still holds to this day the world speed record for steam traction. Okay, this is the box that you get it in. It's like the Flying Scotsman box earlier on that we reviewed. It comes in a nice box. This one's blue as opposed to the green box of the Flying Scotsman. Same sort of box, Hornby Legends. Again, this one's the same. It's limited to 1,000 pieces. They only made so many of these, and it's the collector's edition, as you can see. Like the Flying Scotsman, comes in a very nice box, just like the Flying Scotsman. So without further ado, let's open up the box and see what we get inside. Okay, taking the cover off over to one side like that. Okay, this one's a bit different. You don't get no foam with this one, but you do get the standard Class A4 DCC maintenance and fitting instructions, general care information about how to look after your train, how to run it, how to clean it, how to take it apart if you need to service it, and general care owner's guide for the thing that you get always with Hornby locomotives. And you get a nice little history book too. Ta-da! And it gives you a little illustrated history. There he is again, old Nigel Gresley. There he is. And this one gives you just bit of an idea about where the locomotive ran, map-wise across the network. Bit of history there. Some nice pictures of it in different colours, including its restored garter blue livery, which this model is coloured in. And there it is again. There it is again. So you get a nice little history book, which I think is a nice little touch. And there's your owner's certificate, which tells you that you're an owner of this model, and that's your number on there as to how many were made, and that is your model's number out of 1,000. So very impressive. Okay, let's have a look inside. Okay, here she is. This is number 4468, so Nigel Gresley's A4 Classic Mallard. And I just wanted to say that out of both the limited edition trains that I've got for Christmas last year, this is without a doubt my favourite. She is absolutely beautiful. Let's start by looking at the front then. Well, for those of you that are not familiar with A4s or with steam locomotives, the first thing you're going to notice about this train, it's got a very distinct streamlined appearance, and the side balancing on here, the way it curves down smoothly towards the cab, and the whole streamlined appearance of the locomotive itself is just really beautiful and graceful. It is a design classic. I mean, it's like the Rolls-Royce of trains, basically. Let's look at the front then. So you've got a streamlined appearance in the front here, which was designed by Sir Nigel Gresley because he wanted to set out and beat the Germans, who had a record speed of 124 miles per hour with their steam locomotives over in Germany. Now, Sir Nigel Gresley wanted to beat that record, and on the 3rd of July 1938 he used this locomotive that was only about 6 months old. It wasn't just new, so it was tight, and it was, you know, relatively brand new. It had just started to be worn in, so it was in perfect condition and up to the job. So on the 3rd of July 1938, Sir Nigel Gresley picked his best fireman and his best driver, and they set out for it, and they went for it and they won it. They achieved and 25.88 miles per hour, which smashed the German record to pieces, and still to this day holds the world record for steam traction, and the fastest steam locomotive in the world is Mallard. So this is it. This is Mallard, the world steam record holder, in all her glory, in the beautiful garter blue, as worn in 1938 when she was running on Britain's mainline railways. And the first thing we notice about the limited edition is the little details here. You've got the chime whistle that's picked out in gold, the nameplate, the separate handrails, these beautiful boiler bands that go across the boiler that are nicely embossed and raised, the rivet detail going towards the cab, and it's just picked out a lovely gold leaf for the numbering and the LNER logo on the side. If we turn her around on the rear of the tender, you can see the lamp irons, which are these little brackets here which hold the lamps on the rear of the train, and the separate handrails, the vacuum pipe that comes with this, with the loco that I fitted myself, and you got the sprung buffers here. Let me turn it around the other way, get another side view of it. Let's look at the tender. So the tender detaches like the Flying Scotsman, and you've got pretty much the same setup. You've got the picked out in gold, the brass handbrake levers there, some logo detailing on the tender there, little signs printed up there. It's generally a nice model. I mean, you can't fault it. Performance wise, it is absolutely 100% smooth. Like the Flying Scotsman and all of its locomotives now, Hornby put their electric motors in the locomotive itself and the drive wheels. So just like the real thing, you get the traction effort out of these driving wheels as opposed to the tender. Now, the only thing that I would say with these models is they are not toys. So if you've got little kids at home watching this and say, "Daddy, I want one of those," I would suggest a no, because these are extremely delicate. They've got a lot of different functional parts on them that are easily breakable by small hands. And I just wanted to say as well, the box that it let's get this box. The box that it came in, as you can see, it's very tightly packed, which is why I had to pause the film in order to show you the model afterwards, because you see the little round holes in the packaging there, one by the tender and one by the loco. They're designed that you take the packaging out the box and put your thumb or finger behind the box and push it out from the other side, because it's packed in so tightly. So you really got to be careful taking this out the box in order to avoid breaking it. But on the whole, I would give this model, personally, I would give it 10 out of 10. Not just for looks wise, but for the detail that's gone into it, the paint job, and the performance wise. I mean, it performs beautifully on the track. The only thing I would say with this, if you're a railway modeller who's watching this on YouTube and you're thinking about buying this for the first time, it operates on the normal R609 and R607 curve radius track, no problem. Anything like R605s, forget it, because it won't accept anything tighter. It's got on the box, it's restricted to 438mm radius track, which means it likes nice smooth curves. It doesn't like tight point work or tight curves. It just doesn't work. On my little miniature test layout I've built, I've got 607 and 609 curves with standard Hornby points, and it operated totally fine. It wasn't too happy about going around the second radius curves, but on the whole it's a very, very good model, very reliable, very smart, very well made and very well packaged, and I would recommend this to anyone who is a current railway modeller who likes A4s, or anybody who's just interested to collect trains or just collect models of trains. I mean, these are beautifully made, beautifully manufactured, and very nicely presented by Hornby. And once again, I would give this product 10 out of 10. Thanks a lot.